he won 4 national championships. Everywhere he goes, the offense works. He's about to hit the Big Ten in a big way.
The scoring factor on 3. 1, 2, 3, scoring factory.
What's going on, everybody? Coach Kevin with the Scoring Factory, back with episode 23 of our breakdown series. Today we're talking about Ben McCollum and his offense, so let's get right into it. Before Iowa and before Drake, McCollum spent more than a decade building a dynasty at Northwest Missouri State, which is one of the most dominant programs in any level of basketball. At Northwest, he won 4 national championships, posted a perfect 38-0 season in 2018-19, outscored opponents by 20-plus points per game that year, and consistently led all of Division II in offensive efficiency, with Synergy recording offensive ratings as high as 114.6, which was the highest in their database at the time. Then he took the job at Drake, and in year 1, his system translated immediately. They averaged around 70 points per game. Their average possession length was one of the longest in Division I at around 21.9 seconds, which is a sign of the read-based, patient, high IQ offense that he runs, and advanced metrics placed them in the top 25 nationally in offensive efficiency, which is extremely strong for a first-year rebuild. In short, everywhere he goes, the offense works, and more importantly, it works with different rosters at different levels. One of the staples of Ben McCollum's offense is the empty side ball screen. So watch here, as this ball is passed, our player is going to clear out as these two players lift so that we can get this empty side ball screen here. And what this does, why it's so advantageous, is that it removes help from this corner and it makes the pocket pass to the big way easier. So as Sturts comes off this screen, what I want you to look at is the angle here. McCollum teaches his bigs to make this guard go over. So he is going to screen the lower half of that guard. So the guard does go over, and this is something that you will see all the time in any McCollum offense, is this pocket pass to the big that is made right here. Now, it's a short roll and the big has to be able to catch it. But now what you have is this weak side defender is helping all the way from the corner. And Iowa strategically puts their shooters in the corner. So if Fulgaris wants to, he can throw this skip here. But look at all of the help defenders that only have their eyes on the roll now. That's 4. So what does it leave wide open is the cut coming from the top of the key here. So what ends up happening is this wide open cut into a wide open layup. So if we know that McCollum's favorite action in offense is an empty side ball screen, his favorite way to get to this action is through an Iverson cut. So an Iverson cut is as this guard goes over 2 screens here, and this guard on the other side is going to clear out. So as the guard catches the ball, we're going to see one of the screens set for the other. And now what you're going to see is exactly the same spacing that we had earlier, but it takes this defender a little bit more out of position and he isn't as ready to guard the screen as he would. So what we see is that the defense is ready for this. They're going to help down to make sure that this pass isn't able to go over. So when we see that we can't make that pass, we're also reading this defender who has stepped up the line. The pass goes to the top of the key, which is going to lead to the wide open roll for the alley-oop. The really cool part about this play is that they've developed it so that if they don't get what they want out of the initial empty side ball screen, which we're going to see here, and they move the ball back to the middle, if he can't find the roller, what we see is they found a way to just get to another empty side ball screen on the other side. So our wing here is going to go over and get a fake handoff, and then what we're going to see is a pass and another empty side ball screen. Again, what this allows is for the guard, if he wants to reject the screen, he has the entire side of the floor to play with here, and he doesn't have to worry about help. But if he chooses to go over the screen, it makes the pocket pass significantly easier because he's not dealing with any help coming from here, anyone digging in to try to prevent that pass. So here we reject and we get a one-on-one and it leads to a foul. So here's an example of the play run all the way through. Let's see if you can keep up with the action that goes on. We see our Iverson cut, into an empty side screen. We can't get it, so now we reverse to the other side. Here comes our empty side screen again, but here's something I want to touch on. McCollum teaches with his players, try to make the guard go over the screen, right? But because this guard goes under, what they do is immediately flip the screen and re-screen the other way. The guard can't go under twice. Now they got the over that they want. And really what we have now is a 2-on-1 because this defender is behind the play. So if Sturts wants to, he can throw this pocket pass that we said is so important in the McCollum offense. Instead, he takes all the way into the paint and gets the and one. So even when McCollum's not running his patented Iverson cut into his empty ball screen, he still loves to use this horns alignment where he has two bigs near the top of the key here. So in this case, we see Sturts throw it to one, and what looks like a chin action where Sturts would cut over is actually going to turn into a flare, and because he flares out, this big is drawn out here, which allows this slip to be wide open. Something that I really like about Ben McCollum is that he goes to what works. So this is the very next possession, and they run the exact same play. We're gonna see this screen be set here, and as it is switched, as Sturts comes off, the big is just gonna dive. So here it is again. Because it worked last time, it works again. And McCollum makes you stop something before he goes away from it. So after Xavier calls a timeout, guess what Iowa's gonna run? The exact same play. Xavier tried to make the adjustment and not switch on the screen, so instead of flaring, Sturts is going to go all the way off the screen, and he winds up wide open for a layup. Another McCollum staple is the high flipped ball screen. So as this high ball screen is about to be set, this defender thinks that it's gonna be set on this side. You can tell this defender is looking that way too. But what McCollum instructs his bigs to do is to run up and flip this screen and set it over here. It prevents aggressive defenses because as we get closer, this big is thinking about playing drop on this side of the ball screen. He's not ready to recover all the way over to this side. So it puts him out of position. Again, the guard is forced to go over, and it makes this pass even easier as if it was a standard ball screen. So why will McCollum's system work at Iowa? Well, McCollum improves offense everywhere that he goes. At Northwest, he built one of the most efficient offenses ever tracked at the D2 level. At Drake, he immediately elevated the offense into the top tier of mid-major efficiency metrics, and his systems historically increased both shot quality and assisted field goals. While Iowa hasn't had a problem scoring, Fran McCaffrey's teams were plenty high-powered, McCollum's systems build on that identity, and they add more cutting, more spacing, more reads, and more ways to generate easy paint touches. Also, the Big Ten is a slow conference. They are the slowest conference in the country, and a lot of teams play heavy drop. McCollum's offense creates constant movement, forces screens at awkward angles, drags bigs away from the paint, and puts weak defenders in decision-making situations. So his system is quite literally designed to beat conservative defenses. Also, Iowa's roster fits exactly what he wants to do. McCollum brought 6 transfers from Drake with him to Iowa, including Bennett Sturts, who was his leader last year. So the system will elevate as they elevate to this new level. Finally, McCollum has already proven that his system can translate from level to level. So this isn't a gamble. He's already shown the hardest part, which is translation. If it works at 2 levels with completely different rosters, the system is the star. So when you combine the track record, the efficiency metrics, the IQ-based system, and the fit at Iowa, it's hard to imagine McCollum not succeeding. His offense works, it scales, and it's about to hit the Big Ten in a big way. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment what you want to see next. Follow us on our social medias at The Scoring Factory, and as always, I will see everybody in the next video.